Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham, and welcome to my show. And unfortunately, this morning I have some rather tragic news. As of today, I am no longer the only Millennial Money video to be 10 minutes or longer. And because CNBC this morning posted another video, the algorithm really wants two things. Number one, videos over 10 minutes long. And number two, it wants people who smash the like button because it lives on likes. The more likes the video gets, the more likely it is to be pushed. So if we wouldn't mind doing our part to smash the like button, because today we got a great video posted by CNBC Make It, and it's my favorite series basically in all of existence on YouTube. It's called Millennial Money, and this video in particular is titled Living on $90K a year in Metro Detroit. Wait for it, Millennial Money. And this is for them, their second video that they've done in Metro Detroit. Before this, we had Alex Pardo, who was making $280,000 per year, and now we got what's his name? Ron. We got Ron making $90,000 a year. So let's see how Ron handles his $90,000 a year career and what he spends his money on in another episode of Millennial Money. Let's begin.
My name is Ron Navarro.
Whoa, we got brand new editing in this video. I wonder if they just hired a new editor to go and do this, or if the person who's been doing this just got like all technical. But yeah, look at this. Wow, look, this could be me. Let's pretend that one is me right there in a hoodie. My hair doesn't look quite like that. But anyway, let's just pretend that's me. And there's Susie Orman all the way to the right. Or maybe that's not it. I don't know, but let's just pretend that one is me. And they got really fancy editing now. Look at this.
I am 30 years old. I make $90,000 a year. I am a registered nurse. I work in the emergency department at a Trauma 1 level hospital in downtown Detroit.
There we go. That, I gotta say, is probably one of the most recession-proof careers and jobs you could ever have in your entire life. People are always gonna be sick. People are always gonna be going to the hospital. People are always just gonna do stupid stuff that get themselves injured, and they'll have to go get that fixed. So I gotta say, for anybody at any time during a recession, during the great times and the bad times, people like him are always going to be in work and are always going to make a decent amount of money. Ron works 12-hour shifts 3 days a week plus overtime. That's pretty good. Now, $90,000 a year, 36 hours a week. Now, we don't know how much overtime he's doing. Maybe his overtime is like an extra day or two, but either way, 12-hour shifts, only 3 days a week. I love that. That basically means that like 4 days a week, he could be on vacation doing anything else minus his overtime. That is a phenomenal schedule.
So currently right now, my wife and I and my mom, we all live together. So my mom does help us with the groceries. She does pay for her own medical expenses and insurances.
All right, so let's take a look at this. So here's what we got. That's smart. They're all living under one roof. That's one of the ultimate forms of house hacking. You basically have someone move in. They could pay a part of the expenses. That lowers your overhead. And then you could have more money left over to save and invest and smash the like button. So here's what we got. We got savings. $1,600 a month. Ron only, 401k savings, Roth IRA. I'm surprised, honestly, that he's living on $90,000 a year, splitting some of his costs, and isn't saving more money. I would think on $90,000 a year, you should be able to save more like $2,500 a month? But well, let's see what's going on here. We got housing, $1,500 a month, condo fee, mortgage, property taxes. That is pretty good. I agree with that. I think that's a healthy amount, and probably a part of that is going towards mortgage principal, which is really good. So then we got transportation, $1,232 a month. Car and truck payments, gas. Well, you know what? That's why he's not saving so much money, because it's all spent on transportation. What does he drive? What kind of car does he drive where it's $1,200 a month and poop, gone? I said poop. I meant poof. Poof, it's gone. Poof, it's gone. That's a savings right there. It's spent on cars. It's not good. Then we got insurance. Wow, $902 a month. Car, dental, health, and life. Now, I have a feeling a lot of that's probably his car, because dental, health, and life insurance for him at 30 years old, assuming he has, no conditions, or I'm assuming it's not going to be that much, so I have a feeling this is probably car insurance. He's probably driving something fancy, or something that's expensive. But anyway, then we got food, $600 a month. This also seems a little bit on the higher side, given that his mom, he said, is the one who's buying groceries, so I'm not sure where this extra $600 is going, unless he's going and eating out a lot. I don't know, but anyway, that's eating away his savings too. Then we got utilities, $480 a month. That would be cable, electric, heat, water, and Wi-Fi. That's a lot in utilities. But then again, I mean, he has 3 people living in his household, so maybe everyone's taking a lot of showers. Maybe everyone's using a lot of water or something like that. I would assume his condo fee would include usually some utilities, but maybe not this one. That's a decent amount. Family support, $300 a month. Phone, $150, and then subscription, $71. Amazon Prime, gym, Netflix, etc. Okay, so overall on this, I would just say my biggest pet peeves here, my biggest gripes. Transportation's too high, insurance is a lot, spending a decent amount of food, and utilities are expensive. That's all eaten away to savings.
Within the past couple months, I would say my financial goals have changed. I'm a little bit more focused now on saving. So right now my goal is to put enough to our emergency fund.
That's smart. I think a lot of people's goals right now have changed, and a lot of people realize the importance of having an emergency fund. Because again, you never know what's going to happen. Everything could be rosy. You could even have just a perfect career like his that, again, is recession-proof, and then all of a sudden something happens, and you're like, oh crap, like the stock market just tanked. My real estate portfolio is going down in value. They're not renting as they should. So at the end of the day, it's really important just to have an emergency fund. Save money first, get that nest egg built up, and then everything else after that can be saved and invested.
Working right now in this global pandemic, it does hit us hard, especially the frontliners. Though we're in a controlled environment, it is difficult because people are passing away with loved ones on the phone.
Oh, oh man, I don't even know how to describe something like that. Like that sounds terrible, and you got to commend him for being a frontline worker and being like right in the middle of it. Like, there's very few people who see the effects of this like he is. Like, fortunately, I've yet to have anybody or see anybody who I know firsthand who's had it. Thankfully, it's very fortunate. But the fact that he's around it so often, like face to face, that's something else.
I have seen and heard of coworkers, veteran nurses, doctors who tear up. It's something that you don't really see because in the ER, it's a whole different environment. People there are pretty tough, and we have to be because we see a lot of things, but we're loyal and we're committed to our cause, so.
Good for him. Again, we need more people like Ron doing this, and you know, way braver than I would be. I don't think I would have what it takes to do that. I'll be straight up with that. I commend him for that because we need people like that out there.
It was cheaper to go study in the Philippines. It cost around, I would say $8,000 to maybe $10,000 for a 4-year degree.
Wow, $10,000. It just goes to show you. I mean, the education system, in my opinion, some of the other countries is on par, if not better, for a fraction of the price. It's just so inflated here. Education cost is one of those things that they've just built up to be, it's ridiculous. The cost to go and get a degree, it's so stupid. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't get why more people can't just go to other countries or maybe consider. Again, I don't know the specifics or how reasonable that is to pick up and go to somewhere else and go get an education. And I don't know if they want people going and doing that and then coming back to the United States. But either way, what he did, I think that was the right move to make.
Living in the Philippines, it did teach me a lot of financial responsibility. And also one thing about the Philippines is that not a lot of people have credit cards. It's actually very few.
Ah, I see. They all practice the Dave Ramsey method over there. Very smart.
When I came here, I kind of used that thinking. So as of now, my wife and I each have our own credit card. I only use my credit card for gas and maybe food, but most of the times I pay food with cash. So I only spend maybe $150 to $200 on gas a month.
Oh no, don't do that. You can get 5% cash back right now with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. There's so many credit cards out there that's going to give you 3 to 5% cash back on your groceries. Even the double cash rewards card it would give you 2% cash back on all your groceries. You may as well. I know it's a hard habit to break if you're paying cash for everything and then you come back here and you want to continue paying cash. No. Get a credit card. Go and get some cash back on those groceries because you're missing out on 5%, even $150, $200 a month. That's $10 a month right there that you're missing out on just for swiping a credit card and then paying it off instead of just paying with cash. You know, go and do that. It'll make me feel better.
And that's what keeps my credit score pretty up.
Either way, he has a good credit score, but again, what's the purpose of a good credit score if that doesn't help make you more money? You know, so that's just my philosophy there.
My mother gave us this house. We did not have a mortgage payment. Because my parents paid for the house in full. I didn't have like any car loans, no basically student loan debt, nothing. I did have a stable job at the hospital. My wife has a stable job. We figured that we would stay here and basically remodel the house.
There we go. I'm happy to hear about that. I'd probably want to do the same thing. I don't know if I'd ever want to give like future children like that easy of a time. Like I want to still make them work for it. I want to make them struggle. I want them to feel what I felt, like those long days and like working towards something. You never want to just be like, ooh, here's a $2 million house. Enjoy. Yeah, I want to make them work for you. You got to put them to a test a little bit. That's how I feel. But he's got such a good situation that like he's always going to have a roof over his head. He never has to worry about that. So that, by all means, like I fully support that.
So our house looked like before the remodel was kind of like 1970s, which nothing wrong, it's cool, but I mean, we had like brown carpets and then brown wood. So I was like, it's not really my style.
Oh, that's wonderful, and I have a feeling if they need to in the future, they could always do a really great cash out or finance on that and lower their interest rate even more, because right now interest rates have plummeted to pretty much absolutely nothing. Like you could find right now 30-year fixed rate mortgages at under 3%. It's absolutely amazing on cash out or finances, by the way. So like if they ever want to do that, the value of the place just way up from them doing this renovation.
I brought my wife here and we got married within 90 days as a fiancé visa.
There we go, 90-day fiance. I've been getting those videos recommended nonstop with Ed. Have you guys seen Ed? His videos get recommended to me nonstop. I watch them all. So that's the problem, is that like you can't resist clicking on those thumbnails. And then once you watch one, YouTube is just like, you know what, you gotta see them all. We're gonna keep recommending these videos to you because you watched one of them and we know you wanna watch more. And I do, so I keep watching them. So yeah, a lot of my time is spent right now just watching Ed.
We were supposed to save 2 to 3 years for a destination wedding. But we figured out that since, we already are married, we used actually this money plus the mortgage of this house to buy a place in the Philippines.
That's awesome. Now, I'm wondering though if they're renting that and how much rents go in the Philippines, but like $80,000 for a place paid in full. Wow.
Ultimate goal for the condominium in the Philippines is to use it as for rent, so for extra money. Our goal when we retire is to actually retire in the Philippines.
Oh, I don't know how much money they'll need to do that then. Like I have a feeling if they could save up between them like $500,000 to maybe $800,000, even like $1 million, would go a long way. Would go a long way. They could basically retire the rest of their lives on like, $800 to $1 million in the Philippines, maybe spend $1,500, $2,000 a month at the very most on that, and just be totally set.
I bought my truck in 2015, brand new. I bought my wife's SUV in 2016, brand new as well.
Shiva! Oh no, he bought a truck brand new. What is that worth as soon as he drives it off the lot? 15% less? Just like that. Just like that. Why would you do that? That's why his payment's so high. He could have just as easily gotten a car like 2 years old. It's essentially the same thing. It smells the same. You go into it, so what? It has 10,000 miles on it. So what? You save so much money from doing that.
For the truck, we pay around $580, and for the SUV, we pay $400. Actually, my wife and I have 2 more payments on the SUV, and we have around 7 payments for the truck. So hopefully by the end of this summer, everything should be paid off.
Well, at least he's paying it off. You know what? He could do worse things with his money. It could be worse. We'll put it that way. Not totally thrilled about that, but at least when these are paid off, he could use all of that extra money to put it towards his savings. So in a way, I don't want to say low savings rate, but his low savings rate in comparison to how much money he's making will be beefed up substantially by the time these are paid off.
Well, my wife's family in the Philippines, I'm very thankful for what they, helping me in the Philippines adjust. I could never repay them back fully. So in return, how we show our support and our love is we do help them with schooling, education, because they can take their education and take it anywhere in life.
There we go. That explains the family support of $300 a month. Again, he's a good guy. You can't not like the guy. He's doing a lot right.
One thing that my wife taught me is when you give, you shouldn't ask for anything in return. I guess it's a good learning thing because you don't feel it in your heart that, oh, I gave, I'm helping out, so in a way they should help me out or do something else. So we give out of our good nature.
You know what? That's so true, and I've never thought about that until right now. Like, if you give something with the expectation of getting something back in return, then are you really giving? doesn't that defeat the purpose of being able to give something if you ever expect that in return? So I'm in full agreement. If you give something like that, you got to give it because you want to give it. That's the end of the story there.
10 years ago, if I was smarter with money, I should have been watching those YouTube videos. I only started learning about like Roth IRA, just saving a bunch.
If he was smarter, he would be smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm and watching my videos. But you know what? Better late than ever.
So it does help to have money. It does help to be smart as well, which I wasn't at first, but hopefully I'm starting to learn.
All right, so we just finished another episode of Millennial Money, and I gotta say again, you can't not like this guy. He's a likable guy. He's doing a lot right, and I think the amount of stuff he's doing correctly overshadows all the stuff he's not doing to the best of his ability. I mean, you know what? So what? He bought 2 trucks new. Shouldn't be doing that though. That's bad. But you know what? He's making enough money. He's paying it down. He's almost got it paid off. He's saving money. He's got a house that's paid off, and he paid for the renovation. Like, there's a lot of things where he basically at this point has a level of support. Like, he can't screw this up badly. So to a certain extent, I really don't have too much to complain about. I would just say my only advice with this is never buy a car brand new in the future. Just avoid doing that. You'll be fine. Get a credit card for your grocery purchases. You're going to be getting money back. You're going to pay the same amount of money anyway, but you may as well get something back for your spending. You may as well. So just go ahead and do that. And then lastly, I would save more money and invest more money. I think especially during times like this, when the markets are down and you have a job that's consistently paying you, I think that is the time. You really got to double down on that. Save as much as you can and throw a lot of it in the market. And that way, when the times are really good, your money is going to be worth so much more. So I would say from all of this, that's really my biggest recommendation. And overall, he's not doing really much that bad. And I can't yell at him as much as I would like to. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, if you have not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, smash the notification bell so it notifies you anytime I post a video. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post there pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. And lastly, if you guys want 2 free stocks, use the link down below in the description, and Webull is going to be giving you 2 free stocks when you sign up on their platform, with one of the stocks potentially valued up to $1,400. So if you want those 2 free stocks, use that link down below. Let me know which 2 free stocks you get. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.